Hey guys, welcome to my new channel. This is something brand new for me. Hi, welcome. I am Jay. This is just so exciting that I'm starting this journey, but I want to just hop into the topic. This is episode 1 of this. I don't know what we're even calling the page. That's how brand new this is. But the truth is, I really wanted to start a channel because I wanted to talk about important issues that pertain to our community, our people, our women, our men, just us. And I wanted to do it in a way that's not like just based on bitterness or anger or frustration, or it'll be based on a little bit of frustration, but it's just not with calloused anger or bitterness. you know let's go ahead and get into the point. You can tell by the title what the video is about. Today we're going to be talking about hair. Okay. I'm laughing because this topic is so controversial and I feel like it shouldn't be. We should be able to talk about our hair. Other races can talk about their hair and it's not as controversial, and for good reason. I understand that we've been through so much as Black people. So our hair is a topic that we're really sensitive about. People have so many different opinions, but I'll give y'all mine, which I think is a bit unpopular, but I think it needs to be said. Needs to be said. Okay. So my opinion about natural hair is this: most Black women don't love their hair. That's my opinion. That's what I've seen. That is my observation, I should say, rather than opinion, because I don't understand how we can come to an opinion or a conclusion or have observed anything else. We've seen this. This is what we have seen. 9 times out of 10, when you run into a Black woman, her hair is covered up by somebody else's. She has a weave, she has a wig, something else. And I've been just kind of, what I've been doing lately is like walking outside. Before I even decided to do this video, like the thought kind of came to me, and I kind of walk outside and I look around at the Black people around, and yes, this is true. Most Black women that I see are not natural. They don't have their own hair. They may not have a perm, but they're not even wearing their hair, so it doesn't really matter. Like, you can't even tell, you can't even see it. They're not proudly showcasing their hair. And we need to be honest about the fact that a lot of us don't like our hair. I know a lot of times we use excuses and we say things like, oh, it's a protective style. Or we say things like, why do you even care? It's just hair. And I'm here to kind of break these things down because we don't believe that it's just hair. We are not using it as a protective style. It's not that. It's deeper than that. And so that's what I want to break down today. So, like I said, most of the time we see us Black women, we are not wearing our natural hair, you know? So how can you tell me that you love your hair? Sometimes people are like, oh, it's a style, it's a protective style, like I said. How can you tell me that you love your hair if you never wear it? I never see it. Nobody ever sees it. But the hairstylist in between reinstalling the wig. This is not a dig, because if you are somebody that fits that description, somebody that only ever takes their weave out to get it done over again, or like nobody ever has seen your hair, nobody ever sees it, you're afraid for people to see it, or you don't even know that you hate your hair, you just prefer yourself in a weave or a wig. If you're one of those people, I'm not trying to bash you. I'm trying to heal this situation in a way that I can, because I feel like we ignore it because we don't want to talk about it. That's why we say it's just hair, or we turn, because we know that's not true. So I don't want to bash. I want us to have this conversation, and I want to create awareness. We all need to realize like something about ourselves that is toxic or is not beneficial to our growth. People may not know what they're doing, for real. I truly believe that Black women, a lot of them, not all, a lot of Black women think straight hair or loose hair is more attractive. I have seen it. I have seen Black women say, I feel like a little kid with my natural hair. I feel like a little girl. I want to be pretty. I want to look put together. That's why I get my hair done. I truly believe that we find looser hair more attractive. I've seen it. We wear the wigs and the weaves, and 9 times out of 10, they are not they're not replicating our natural hair texture. They're not. They're 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 straight bone straight. When you look at you from behind, you can't even tell that you're a black woman. Have y'all been through that? Where you look at someone from behind and you can't even tell that they're black because of their hair is straight, and it's like, oh, you're black from the front. Like that's where we are, and we're the only ones like that. We're the only ones where it's like you're not gonna look at somebody from behind and be like, oh, I thought they were black, but no, that's a blonde haired white woman. Like you're not, you're not. That doesn't happen the way it does with us. That happens often with black women. Another reason I feel like it's so obvious that we don't love our hair. I love my hair as a black woman. I think we all should because we all have beautiful hair. We have beautiful hair as black. It's so unique and different, all the different shades and varieties and colors and coil types, curl types, lengths. But another reason that I think we don't love our hair is because if you go to any video with someone wearing someone with looser curls, or someone that has like 3C, 3B, 3A hair, you'll see, and they're doing something different or cool with their hair. You see a lot of people in the comments saying, I can't foresee this happening, like the 4 and the C. Like nobody needs to ever do that. Nobody ever needs to do that. There's also, like worshiping other cultures' hair. Like I remember there was a TikTok where this girl, I don't remember where she was from, but she had really beautiful, thick, long, jet black hair, like down to her waist. And she was not a black woman. She was not a black woman, but I forget where she was from. And in the comments, all you saw was just black women like, this is where we get our hair. This is the hair we buy. And this, if we're going to buy hair, this is what we're going to buy. And I was just like, is this the flex that this is not the flex you think it is? And the girl even went into the comments to defend the white women, because obviously what they were doing was saying, we're not buying white women hair to look like white women. We're buying this hair. And the girl went into the comments to be like, don't be racist, towards white women about hair and all that. So I thought it was really funny because it's like y'all over here trying to say she's who we love. She's the hair that we love. And she's just like, I don't want to hear it. I don't have time for it. Don't do that. Not on my channel, not over here. That's not what we do. And it was embarrassing to look at. I saw that on YouTuber Chrissy. I saw her talk about it and I just was flabbergasted. I was embarrassed on behalf of all of those women that decided to go in the comment section and say something so just derogatory about yourself. But we do things like that, we do things like that. And we also, another reason that I just feel like we don't love our hairs, we also say things like, I can't manage my hair, like as if your hair is a burden. Like I can't manage it, like I can't deal with it, or I just can't do it, like I don't know how to do it. Like this is part of you. This is a piece of you. This belongs to you. God gave this to you. God gave it to you. This is your crown. He put it at the top of your head like a crown. And you're like, I can't deal with it. Or if you don't believe in God, it was given to you, It's yours. It belongs to you. It's what's for you. That's yours. That's what's yours. And we sew in. And, the truth is this. I don't have a problem with weaves and wigs. I really don't. My issue with it is when it's like 12 months, there's 12 months in a year. And then you have your natural hair 1 week. Like, and it's like a special, like, oh, it's Black History Month. Live my fist in the air. Like, cool, this is me. This is what I look like. It's Black History Month. I got my fist in the air because Black Pride today, this week. And then next week I get my lace front and it's bone straight. Like, that's not good. It's bad. And we have to ask ourselves, why do we do that? Why don't nobody ever see your hair? Or usually they don't see it. I understand wanting to try different things, wanting to try a variety of styles. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about people who always have it covered up. Always. And it's not even like you're trying black styles. Like you're trying styles where your hair is bone straight like everyone else's. Nothing like your own. Like it's normal for us to feel like, oh, I don't feel like doing my hair today. Like every race of people, women of all races have that feeling. What is not normal is to completely cover it up 99% of the time because you don't want to see it. You don't want it to be seen. You don't want people to associate you with it. You don't think it's pretty. You don't like it at all that much. Because I hear people of other races talk about, oh, my hair is so thin, or oh, I just want my hair to grow to this length. Or, but they're talking to you about the hair, and you can see them with it, and they're wearing it out, while they talking to you about it. And I say that because oftentimes what we like to do, and I'm not trying to compare us to other races of women, but when it comes to this natural hair conversation, we do compare ourselves to other women. Why we say things like, oh, other women wear white women wear clip-ins all the time. These people wear clip-ins all the time. And it's like, well, their clip-ins are not trying to emulate or imitate your hair texture at all. They're not trying to. They're not trying to. They're not wearing 4C clip-ins because their hair is bone straight. They wear bone straight blonde clip-ins or black clip-ins or whatever. That's what they do. Their texture. They wear their texture that matches theirs. So they do it for length. You guys don't do it for length, because if you were doing it for length, you would be wearing a type 4, or if you're 3, whatever. It's usually people type 4 that have the grievances where they don't want their hair texture. I've seen that so often. And y'all don't try to tell me it's not true, because it's the truth. I don't see people wearing 4B and 4C, which I'm 4B. I have 4C, but like my hair texture is really like everywhere. But I love my hair, and I have 4B and 4C like all throughout my hair. But it's mostly 4B, and like there's a section of my hair towards the back where it's like 4C, and can't nobody tell me otherwise. I know it is. And the truth of the matter is, I don't see people wearing 4B and 4C clip-ins 9 times out of 10, or a 4C wig. Like, that's not what I'm seeing. I'm seeing, if it's such a protective style, why is it so different from your texture? Always. It's always straight, always. Or loose wavy curls, like not ever an afro or type 4 kinky. Why? There's so many different things to unpack here. Because you can't convince me of that. You can't convince me that you love your hair when you never show it, when I never see it, when nobody has ever seen it, when nobody even knows what it looks like, but you love it. And I get kind of tired of hearing these excuses. I know I'm rambling and this is a little long, but this is something that does frustrate me. Like, I get tired of excuses like, oh, we get discriminated against in corporate America because of our hair. So my thing is this. I work in corporate America, and I can tell you that as a Black woman in corporate America, you are going to be discriminated against regardless. I know that discrimination based on hair type and hair texture exists. It's a fact. I know it because I'm a natural Black woman in corporate America, and I have been for a few years now. But the truth of the matter is, what are you going to do about it? You're going to just suck into it? I'm tired of this narrative that we're not accepted for our hair. If we're not accepted for our hair, then we need to demand respect, and we need to demand to be accepted for it. We need to demand it by showing it off and by saying, this is who we are. Take us or leave us alone. Take us or leave it. Take it or leave it. That's what we need to do. Not just, okay, well, let me put on my straight lacy wig that I wanted to wear anyway because they don't like my natural hair. Like, it's not even about them. You are who you are. And also, there's some beautiful styles that you can wear your hair in as a natural Black woman. You can look professional. You always look professional with your Black hair, You just need to learn what styles and what ways to wear it work for you. If you can't figure it out, you can get locks. You can do all kinds of things. Like, you can just braid it back. You can have cornrows. You can have all different styles. But we just refuse to fully embrace our Blackness. We refuse to, Black women, when we're wearing these straight hair, this straight weave. I always see Black women with bone straight weave and wigs, and I can't listen to them talk about Black issues. I can't. I don't know. It's just, maybe it's a problem of mine, but I have a hard time because I'm like, this is such a small thing that you can just do to show how much you love being a Black woman, and you refuse to do it. It's something so little, like having natural hair, having the hair that we have showing, but your hair is bone straight. You're like, Black people need to have this and that. And it's like, do you love yourself? Like, do you love yourself though? Like, it's difficult for me to rationalize it. And I know this is controversial. I'm probably going to get some comments of people being like, so what? It doesn't matter how people wear their hair. It is just hair. And it is not just hair. And you don't think it's just hair. You don't. Because if it was just hair, then you wouldn't need to spend $400 on a wig that you think would make you look better. If it was just hair, if it was not important to you, you spend all this money on hair. Hair care is $1 billion business for Black America, if I remember correctly. So it's not just hair. It is a big deal to our community. It's a big deal to black women. And if it wasn't a big deal to black women, y'all wouldn't have got mad when the Kardashians was rocking box braids and cornrows, calling them boxer braids. And y'all wouldn't have been upset about it. It wouldn't have been a huge thing if it was just hair, if it did not matter. You know, let's keep it real. We like to twist things when they fit our narrative, and then when they don't, we twist them back. Like, no, it's a bit important when it's white women wearing box braids, but it's not important when we want to wear straight hair. And I know it's not the same because there is that discrimination, and it's a huge deal, discrimination that comes with our hair. But I think it's time for us to be strong. Doggone it. I think it's time for us to be strong and be like, you know what? I'm not going to take any discrimination for my hair. If you want to discriminate against me for my natural hair, I want to know. I don't even want to wear my hair in in a in a wig and then go to a job interview. Ladies, I think we should go to our job interviews natural, because if you don't want me with my natural hair, I don't know what kind of experiences I'm going to have here. I need to know that you will accept me in my hair. I need to know that. I need to feel like I'm going to come here and I'm going to be treated with respect because I'm a black woman and this is who I am and this is how I look. It's not about fitting in. It's about accepting us for who we are. And I just challenge us to just, like, it shouldn't be a thing where you don't know how to do your hair. Who is going to know how to do it if you don't? Who is going to love our hair if you don't? There was a study years ago, I don't remember, but it was like, it was really silly. Oh, white women don't think natural hair is sexy. And I remember some people getting upset about that. And it was just like, well, you don't think it's sexy. You're a black woman. You don't think it's sexy. How you expect white women to? You don't even want to wear it. You don't even want nobody to look at it. And we need to be honest about that. And I know it sounds harsh saying it like this, but I just really, really wish when I walked out the house, I saw my sisters and we all was beautiful. Every time I see a woman with natural hair, I feel so much pride. They're like, that's my sister and she's beautiful. I really do. I feel like she is, now that is queendom. Now that is the beginning of the world. That is the beginning of humanity right now. That's what we look like. That's how we come. That's how we come. That's who we are. You know, our texture is so different and so unique. And we're the only ones with it. You know, how can we expect anybody to love it if we don't? You know, I've seen other races of women, other races of men and women make jokes about our hair and like how we buy it, and Indian women, and I think I saw an Asian man, you know, making jokes, and it's jokes. They're being funny. It's like funny and silly, and it's funny, but at the same time, it's the truth. You know, making jokes about that. You bought that hair from my mom's store, or like, you want this hair. You'd love it if I gave you my hair, and jokes like that. And it's cute and funny, but it's actually the truth. And it's like they make those jokes while the women are wearing Malaysian straight wigs. So it's funny, but it's also really embarrassing. What I want to say to sum up everything is that I don't have an issue with the weaves and the wigs. I don't have a problem with it. What I have a problem with is the fact that we take it too far, where everywhere you go, somebody has it. It's not to switch it up sometimes. That's the way you wear your hair often. Every time I see you. It's not to switch it up sometimes. That's how you wear your hair. You wear it under a wig. And that's your hair. It is yours. And there's this conversation where it's like, so what if I want to wear my hair like this? Who cares? And yeah, who cares? I care. You care. If you didn't care, you wouldn't have spent $400 on it. I care because as much as we want to be independent and as much as we want to be our own person and we don't want to represent the race, we all do. Every black woman represents the race, just like every white woman represents the race, just like you calling this person Karen and that person Karen. And if a white woman stepped to you the wrong way, you would call her Karen. You know, we don't want to be the representatives of the race, but who does, you know? But it's just the way the world works. So when you see most, and the truth is, it's not even just you are the representation of the race by yourself. It's literally almost all of y'all have that straight hair on. So it's like, it's not even just you having to represent the race by yourself. It's like, that's how the race is being portrayed by most of y'all, most of us. So I just think it's really important that we be honest and truthful and just ask yourself, why is it that 9 times out of 10 I don't want to show my hair? Do I love my hair? Take off the wig, You know, next time you get your hair done, just take it off and just take that time for yourself and look at yourself and ask yourself, do I love my hair for real? Do I truly love my hair? Is it really love that I have for my hair? Do I love it? Do it, look at it, feel it, touch it, moisturize it, wash it, and you know what I mean? And just take a moment. And even if you're in between getting from one weave to the next, from one weave to the next, you know, I think there's a journey that you can go under. Like you can take out off the straight hair, because for me personally, I don't want anybody to think that I want to look like them. Any race, I'm a proud Black woman. I don't want anybody to think, oh, she's trying to be this, or she wishes she had my hair, or she wishes her hair texture was like this. No, boo boo, I don't. And I don't want you to think that. I don't want anybody to think that about me. I want them to know that I love my Black hair and I'm proud of it, you know? So it's in order to get to that place, I think it's important for us to take a step back and look at our hair and just touch it and feel it and put oil in it and moisturize it and just it might be in between styles, and just say, you know, do I love it? And just be honest with yourself. See what the answer truly is. See what the answer truly is. And in doing this, it might be a long process. It might not be a day where you're able to say, yes, I do, or no, I don't. It might be a long process where you're like, I don't know. I think this is a whole process. And during that process, you should maybe try to wear some quote unquote protective styles or hairstyles that are a little more representative of your Blackness, like braids or faux locks or, you know, cornrows and all that stuff. Like you, or even a kinky curly wig, you know, just during that time where you're, so that at least you can analyze whether or not you hate your Blackness or love your Blackness, or you love your hair or you don't love your hair. Because I think we all think we're so pro Black, but then when it comes to the real truth of it, like noses and you know, the stereotypical things that people find unattractive that we've dealt with in America for centuries as women. Because I know this video is really long, but as Black women, I understand why we wear straight hair, and it is because we are self-hating, and we are self-hating because we were taught to be. You know, we often let Black men have the excuse of, oh, racism and white supremacy is why. That's what I listen to Chrissy all the time, like I say. And she always says this: racism and white supremacy, racism and white supremacy. We let Black men have that. And I agree when she says that, you know. If y'all don't watch Chrissy, I think she's a great YouTuber. You should obviously check her out. But I think with racism and we let more so white supremacy, yeah, racism as well. We let Black men kind of lay down in that excuse as far as certain things and as far as certain accomplishments that haven't been made. And I think truthfully they should be able to make those excuses a lot. So I could not deny us as Black women of the truth, which is racism and white supremacy has left us with a hatred for our hair. But the thing is, we have to acknowledge that. We can't just pretend like that's not the case, and we just like the way we look in straight hair, and we just like to wear it, and it's a protective style, and it's just cute, and we just do it because it's just we just want to, and so what? And like, we can't do that anymore. Like, you have to really just like be honest about it. Do you love how you really look? Because this country has whew, it's done a number on us as people. We've been suffering through hatred of ourselves because we were taught to hate ourselves. We were. So there's no hate, or you shouldn't feel bad about it. You should understand that if you feel that way about your hair, it's because you were taught to. It's because the society, every time you open a magazine, it's somebody that's beautiful, and she's beautiful and she has straight hair. Everybody has straight hair. Everybody's pretty has straight hair. Everybody's famous has straight hair. Most people, 9 times out of 10, have straight hair that are considered beautiful and attractive. And if their hair is not straight, it's kinky, but it's super long. And so it's not crazy to think that way about your hair. It's understandable, but it's important that you acknowledge it, because if anybody is going to change that narrative, that those types of hair types are the only types that are beautiful, straight or super long and loose curls and not short kinky hair, the only people that are going to change the way we look at that type of hair, it's us. We are the ones that have it. We're the only ones that can decide if it's beautiful or not. And the way we decide if it's beautiful or not is showing it off and being proud of it. Okay, guys, that's all I have to say. Thank you so much for watching this video. Take it to heart. I love Black women, and I just love us, and I just want us to be the best us we can be. So, yeah, I'll see y'all in my next video. Bye.